All right, greetings and salutations, everybody, and welcome back to Chiodo Movie Talk. Movie Talk for you, the movie fans. I'm Dom Chiodo, and I just finished having a fucking aneurysm. We've been trying to start this show for like 10 minutes now.
10 minutes?
Maybe an hour. Things aren't working. I'm getting frustrated. I just had to completely reset Streamlabs OBS and start from scratch. Let's go down the panel and introduce Batman himself, Mr. Wayne Carter. How are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well. Let me just check your audio. Everything's good. Russell, hello, Mr. Russell. How are you, sir?
Shiti imasu.
And what does that even mean?
He's eating shitty miso soup.
Gotcha. And whoa, Mr.
Danji goro disu ka.
God bless you, Mr. Up Close, Mike's Hard Lemonade. Andy, you look like a pirate. How are you, sir?
¿Dónde está la biblioteca?
Right. Don't even know what that means. All right, guys. So now that things are working correctly and I'm done having a meltdown, let's go ahead and get into our topic number one. And topic number one is about movie theaters and the possible return of them never returning. Doug Kreutz? I don't know. Creutz.
That German name.
What?
That German name.
Yeah. So the thing is with him, he's very well known in the movie world, right? And so he was talking to different people, and there was an article that he was published in Variety. And he was quoted saying, "We had previously assumed that the spread of COVID-19 would be relatively halted. Yes, if it wasn't for fucking riots and dumb teenagers and people being obnoxious."
That guy sounds like he was really into the Germans 30 cinema movement.
Right. Halted with social distancing requirements significantly lessened by late 2020. Kreutz wrote, "We have now extended that timeline out to at least mid-2021 to December 2021. The situation remains very fluid, and we do not rule out the possibility that the impact would last even longer." Okay. So pretty much what he's saying is if things don't go back to normal, movie theaters are fucked. And one of the biggest movie theater chains in the world will be screwed over, and that is AMC. AMC is the biggest movie theater chain out there, followed by Cinemark, followed by Regal, so on and so forth. If that movie theater goes out of business, then studios begin to panic, right? Because that's where they make all of their money, and not on streaming networks. But it seems like that's where things are going. Let's go to... somebody's popping in and joining us. I have a feeling that's Mr. Gabe.
No. It says Goob.
It says Goob.
Right there, it says Goob.
Goob.
I am Goob.
There you go. Hello, Gabe. We just restarted the show for the 5th time, and we're talking about movie theaters.
Started again.
Yeah, here we go. So anyway, like I was saying, AMC is definitely in trouble because AMC last year just rolled out like a multi-billion-dollar... pretty much, what's that called?
They bought up a bunch of movies.
Yeah, they bought up a bunch of movie theaters, and they said they were going to change the way the movie theater experience will
work.
Yes,
which means
thank
it's
you.
Gonna suck.
Will work. Things were going great, and then obviously COVID-19 happened. So Russell, you worked at a movie theater along with me. Let's go to you first and kind of get your opinions on this.
I think everything needs to open up right now. I'm tired of this social distancing bullshit. Masks don't do anything. Fuck it all. I don't care anymore.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Hashtag no lives matter.
Oh, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Gabe, you're very intellectual. I just said that wrong, but you're a very smart man, and you're very opinionated. And your thoughts on this, possibly happening with AMC disappearing forever?
I think you stumped them there, Don.
So, no, not really. The way I see it is kind of like it's just tough titties, right? So, like, unfortunately, like, it's the sad reality that we have to face nowadays where, unfortunately, due to the restrictions that we all have to take to, stay safe, it's going to affect
the
things.
restrictions due to lies?
It's going to affect things, and unfortunately, that's one of the downsides that businesses are going to have to close, and AMC being a big business, hopefully one of their competitors will hopefully buy them out or something in that nature to where we're not losing, a shit ton. How many AMC theaters are there in the U.S.? Any idea?
I think it's 15,000, if I'm correct. Russell, do you have that?
What?
Do I
No.
know what? I'm sorry, because my internet crapped out for a second.
It's probably more like 3,000 or something.
3,000?
1,006 theaters with 11,000 screens.
So say that again.
About right.
I believe, I truly believe the lockdown, it's all a lie. They're trying to keep the economy bad because it makes Trump look bad. That's it.
Okay.
It's all a lie.
Well, let's not try and get too political on the show. We don't want to.
You asked the question.
What?
You asked the question.
No, I know.
I gave you an answer.
I know.
But yeah, it seems like, if anything, at least one of their competitors will hopefully buy them out. So, 1,000 theaters is a big, thing. And I definitely think that entertainment is a thing that we all kind of, especially during times of, unrest, there's like creativity that comes out of it. So I'm hoping that even despite the fact that we're all locked down and everything, hopefully this is kind of a good, solid, wipe of the entertainment, industry, because in my opinion, it's become very oversaturated where the stories are forced, where it's like, okay, we need another property, aka CW, we need another property, let's pump one out. What can we come up with shit for?
Right.
So maybe this, blanket state, is going to be a good thing, and there'll be actually original stories. I don't mind them remastering movies and recreating movies, but I think that's also a cheap gimmick that a lot of studios are just doing. I want to see original shit. I want to see some new shit. Come up with these new stories. I'm excited for Star Wars to branch out into new stories. Knights of the Old Republic. Branch out into new shit. Stop doing the same shit. It's boring and old. I don't know. Just do something. Hopefully
More naked titties.
Hopefully that in turn itself will then bring, revenue to movie theaters, because then original ideas, original thoughts, you'll be like, wow, damn, I really want to go see this in IMAX. Because that's a lot better seeing something in IMAX than it is seeing it in your house. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I will. Every Star Wars release, I'm going to go see in IMAX because that shit's going to look crisp. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, versus, and then the third or fourth, fifth time, I'll watch it at my house. But, so I definitely think that in turn, maybe this blanket state, this wipe, in turn will then bring in revenue to movie theaters. AMC may still fall and may still fail, but it might birth another company or, something out of it. So we'll have to just see. Time tells, and unfortunately it's the life that we're all having to deal with right now. And, just got to take it a day at a time and just keep on trucking. Stay safe, wash your hands, wear a mask, don't be a dumbass, and, it's all you can do. That's my hot take.
No, man, I understand. Okay, Andy, let's go to you. Did I go to you already? I did, didn't I?
Nope. No, you didn't.
No? Okay.
No. You asshole.
What is your opinion?
I think you need to check the date on whatever you're reading, because AMC, what I read on an article not too long ago, is they got some more backing from different sources to.
You're right.
So they don't have to go into bankruptcy or whatever.
Now,
and I haven't heard of anything about them pushing the dates back on on a reopening or anything.
So
From my limited knowledge, I'm pretty sure like a company can go into bankruptcy, but they can still be like functioning, right? I don't know.
Oh
Is
yeah,
that-
yeah.
Carter, I mean,
It depends on what kind of bankruptcy it is. Bankruptcy doesn't mean you close down or anything. It just means
Sorry.
you kind of go into default money wise.
Mhm.
so they'd still be operating for a period of time before it'd be like, "Ah." And like they probably would even give the opportunity for like mom and pop, like come up theaters too, where they'd be like, well, shit, we'll buy it, like the theater. You know what I
It
mean?
also depends on what kind of bankruptcy.
Right.
Yeah, that's what we were saying. So I mean, I definitely think that it's definitely a day by day situation. You definitely got to see what happens, but I think it's hopefully going to bring a positive outcome. I ranted too much.
no, you're
somebody-
fine.
I'm gonna go back to eating.
To piggyback,
That's why I keep
3 podcasts. I gotta make up for my missed time. So
that's why I keep my rants very succinct.
Hmm.
so going back to what I know, Carter, we have to go to you, and
Yeah.
and
I mean, I've got some opinions on this.
Yeah, man.
I mean, I think this is a challenging time for the industry. I think they have to learn to adapt to what's going on, and we're going to see some changes. It's not just affecting, of course, the movie industry, but sports, all sorts of entertainment are having to adapt to keep afloat. So we're going to see.
I don't think they need to adapt. I think they need to just open.
So I mean, it's just to a point where they got to figure out how they're going to get this product out to the people.
yeah. And anybody that's saying like, well, just release movies out on streaming, and streaming actually kills the studio, and it hurts any chance of a movie to make money. I just think
Not when they charge $25 to rent it.
yeah, but I mean, people they're not going to rent that. Now,
Somebody rented that shit.
yeah, but
Not for
But
$25.
what I'm saying is, like, Disney is taking a financial hit right now with not releasing Black Widow, right? Christopher Nolan, he's
Oh,
pissed.
boo-hoo for Disney.
This weekend, by the way, is supposed to be the weekend that Tenet opened up, and that's not happening. And the week before that, it was supposed to be. What was another movie? Ghostbusters was supposed to open last weekend, and whoa, Mavi, lay down. Sorry, my dog just saw her shadow and she started growling.
I kind of wish I had gone to the Hippodrome when all it was open. If I had money, I would have.
Yeah,
And gone and saw
What do you
Empire.
mean? Oh yeah,
Weren't they open for
They're
like
playing,
a week?
they're
They're
open,
open right now.
Yeah,
I-
they're playing.
Classic movies and stuff.
yeah.
Well, they're also playing Trolls, The Hunt, and The Gentleman. And this week they're playing The Breakfast Club and Neverending Story.
Ooh, I'd love to go see those in theaters. I don't have any money though.
It's here all week.
Well, that's the thing. I haven't been able to get a job, so.
yeah, due to the.
Get a job, you dirty fucking hippie.
All right, so let's go ahead and go on
You hadn't
to.
had a job in like 10 years.
Let's go ahead and talk
That's
about
because
Disney.
I'm a dirty
Let's
fucking
go
hippie.
ahead. Let's go ahead and talk about our topic number 2, and that is the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So, pretty much Disney via Decider revealed that the full slate of movies, TV shows, and documentaries that will be released on Disney Plus in August. But the Falcon and the Winter Soldier was not included. Disney and Marvel had yet to announce a specific release date for the first episode of the series. However, it was previously confirmed by CEO Bob Iger that it would arrive in August. With this delay, it remains unclear when the Falcon and Winter Soldier will arrive. Okay. So for those of you that don't know, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier was 9 days out of finishing principal photography, right? They were 9 days out from finishing their series. Now, for those of you also that don't know, a lot of movies now, especially on streaming services, when they film their show, they no longer film, first episode this week. By Thursday, it's in the can. By Monday, it's ready to release on air. No, the streaming services film their shows now like a movie. So when this sits ready, maybe it's for episode 6, scene number 47. They go there, they film that. The next day, they come back and film for maybe episode 1, scene 20. So everything's shot out of order, and it's shot like a movie. And of course, you have people that are like, "Well, just release the episodes, and once you have the final episode finished, then you can release it." I don't think they're going to do that. I would be very surprised if Disney does that. But I definitely know for a fact they won't do that, because I have a feeling, and I'm saying it here, that the Falcon and Winter Soldier ties into Black Widow, yeah, or she somehow ties into this show. So if for those of you who are wondering why this hasn't been released, I think that's why. Andy, let's start with you, and let's get your opinions on this, man.
I don't know. Possibly. I haven't been following it. When it comes out, I'm going to watch it.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay. Russell, how about you, man?
I think we might have lost Russell again.
I think we did.
Okay.
Every time. That's okay. All right, Gabe, let's go to you.
I'm interested in seeing what the story is going to be. I think that's the major thing that I'm just kind of waiting on. Definitely interested in all the Marvel Disney Plus series. So I think I'm most excited for Falcon to see what happens in that one. But I do want to see kind of WandaVision too, just because I feel like it's going to be very retro-esque, and I kind of fucked with it when I saw the trailer. So I kind of like that vibe, the Stranger Things, also the 80s, 90s, 70s, more. I hate saying retro, but the retro feel.
Right.
So I like that. So I'm interested in seeing that, unless that's just a small snippet. But even then, the concept from the comic that they're making it from, I don't remember exactly what it is, but I remember it being a good story. So I think, Carter, do you know the comic that they're basing it off of? Or?
No, I haven't really read many Marvel books, so I'm not really that familiar with it. One thing I was going to say is that if it is tied into Black Widow, then this is kind of something that's a story that's pre-Infinity War, pre-Endgame story. So I don't know if it's really tied into Black Widow or not.
Yeah. I'm not Black Widow is a hit or miss for me, honestly. It's either going to be great, or I'm just going to feel it's just one of those one-off movies that's not really relevant, or it's just a side
Marvel.
story. Yeah, Captain Marvel. It's a side story. You don't really need it in the main timeline or chronological order. It's one of those okay, well, if you want to watch it, you can.
Yeah.
I hate saying it about Black Panther because I love Black Panther, but I feel Black Panther could also be one of those maybe not.
I wasn't a fan of Black Panther.
It made me yawn, to be honest with you.
I don't know.
And they didn't introduce a lot of stuff that was used in any of the other movies.
I like Michael B. Jordan.
Endgame, maybe.
Yeah.
Or Infinity War.
True.
But, Black Widow is going to introduce Taskmaster, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he might be used later on.
I hope they do him well, though, and they don't make him, shitty. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I had read... Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, Arrow, when they did Deathstroke the first time, and it was like real bad, and everybody was like, "What the fuck?" And then they did it again, and they were like, "Just kidding. This is definitely the one you wanted. This is the guy right here. It's this one. That one was a fake one. That was actually a brother of this guy. Yep. Nope. Definitely this one."
I had read an article somewhere, and I don't know if it was just like, I didn't even read the article. I read the headline on it, and I don't know if it's just like a throw off or whatever. But it's like they were talking about Florence Pugh, or however the hell you say her name, plays Black Widow's sister or part of her family or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
And they were like, Florence Pugh takes over for Scarlett Johansson or Black Widow or whatever. So maybe she's going to be the new Black Widow, or I don't know.
So,
But I don't know if that was just
real fast for those that are watching. Russell, he dropped out due to internet speed. There's something going on with the internet around here in Waco right now. But he is actually in the live chat, guys. So if you want to definitely interact with him, he's really good at keeping the flow in the live chat going. So definitely comment below and engage with him, because he's a pretty cool guy, and some of the shit he says is a riot, man. So,
Right.
But I'm also want to see David Harbour's character in Black Widow.
Oh, yeah.
Just because I love him, and I just think he's like, what's the guy he plays? It's like the opposite of Captain America, right? But like the Russian Captain America.
Red Agent or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Red what?
Red Soldier or Red Agent or something like that.
Yeah.
I forgot what it is, but yeah. Did you like, Gabe, did you like David Harbour's Hellboy?
No, I'm a Ron Perlman fan.
Yeah.
Hellboy. Sorry.
Did you watch the new one?
No, I didn't, because I feel like it's just Ron Perlman shit on it on Twitter, and I was just like, I can't even watch this shit. I was like, if you can't proof of it, that I don't want to watch it, just because like
you should give it a try. You should give it a try just because it's extremely gory. If you like extreme gore, I mean, I was taken aback because it's been a while since I've seen something that's like gory, like really gory, and a lot of the action and the just killing monsters and what is just like super gore. And at first I was like, and then I was like, wait, I like this stuff. Why am I? I've been watching too much Disney. I got conditioned by the mouse to not like gory stuff. But, yeah.
Conditioned by the mouse.
I like my favorite line from Hellboy is probably when Abe Sapien says, "You have to remain focused," and he's like, "What did you say to me?" That's one of the best lines of like one of my favorites. There's plenty of them, but that's one of my favorites.
All right, guys. Let's go ahead and head into topic number 3. And topic number 3 is about Godzilla vs. Kong. So this image that is up on your screen was just released the other day, and we seen this image. Now, I brought this image up months ago when a version of this was released, and it was very what's the word I'm looking for? It wasn't done. It was still very CGI looking, cartoony thing.
Kind of pre-visualization.
Yeah. But we also got a new description of what the film is about, finally. I know they pushed it back for a minute, and we really didn't have an idea of what was going on. What?
Hold on, wait a minute. We got a new description of what the movie's about?
We do.
Godzilla versus King Kong?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Before the movie there was a description about 2 twin females that were kids, and for whatever reason, they were the key to Godzilla and King Kong. Somehow they were tied to them. But now in the new description that was on the back of a box, I think a toy box, it says, due to the ongoing coronavirus pandemic, Warner Brothers and Legendary recently pushed back their upcoming MonsterVerse Godzilla vs. King Kong to May 21st, 2021. And while we're likely still a few months away from an official trailer, some new packaging for an upcoming Playmates toy figure has revealed a first look at the monster's throwdown of the century. Additionally, the packaging featured a new plot description for the film, which significantly hypes what's to come. Legends collide as Godzilla and King Kong, the two monsters, powerful forces of nature, clash in a spectacular battle for the ages. The monster war rages on the surface and deep within our world as the spectacular secret realm of the Titans, known as the Hollow Earth, is revealed. Anybody here big Godzilla fans? Does anybody know?
I am.
What?
I am.
You are?
Yeah, I love Godzilla.
All right, man. Tell us about this hollow world and how does this description make you feel? What do you think about it?
It makes me feel all warm and fuzzy on the inside.
Warm and fuzzy. I think we have Russell coming back. Actually, he just popped up.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yep.
It's Blue Avatar Russell.
I'm gonna try it without the camera. Maybe that'll help.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm not getting
I honestly have to comment on this because who gives a shit about twin girls? The movie's called King Kong versus Godzilla.
Well, that was the original. That was something to do with the original description, and then they pushed back the movie because it got the Sonic treatment because people were bitching about it, and so they pushed back the movie.
This is what the movie should be. It should be Godzilla on one side, King Kong on another for 2 hours. That's it. No humans. If there are humans, it's because they're destroying a city while fighting each other.
I would be.
Godzilla!
I would be okay with that. Carter, your thoughts on this, man?
I don't know. I'm holding my opinions until I see some footage on the movie, but I'm excited to see what they actually can do. This is something we haven't seen for quite a while,
It's a giant monkey fighting a giant lizard.
Look,
That's all you need.
I'll be so mad. I'll be so mad if if Kong doesn't pick up Godzilla by his tail, like in the original, and spins him around and throws him into a building. If that doesn't happen, I will be very mad.
Okay, here's the deal. This is what I want to weigh in on. Okay, in the original Kong versus Godzilla movies, the old 60s or 70s or whatever movies, there are two versions. There's the American version where Kong wins, and then there's the Japanese version where Godzilla wins.
Godzilla should win.
Oh, I love Godzilla, but somebody's going to be pissed off unless it's a draw. And then they shake hands and they're like, let's go.
Shake hands.
let's go fucking.
I've got a better.
Let's smoke a fatty on
idea
fucking Mount Rushmore or something.
I've got a better idea for the ending of that movie. Godzilla and King Kong team up, destroy China.
Oh God! Look, we all know what's going to happen, right? We all know it's going to be a tie because there was a movie that came out a couple of years ago that they were building up about two. Was it two? Oh, it's right in front of my face. It's going to be the whole save Martha. It's going to be that thing all over again with Godzilla and King Kong. Batman v Superman.
You have to bring it back to that stupid Batman v Superman movie.
Because, look, Batman v Superman, right? For those of you who don't know.
Will you just go ahead, find Zack Snyder, and make out with him?
Fuck you.
Please.
Batman and Superman went after, they fought each other. It was good.
They went after it.
For whatever reason, I guess they didn't know how to make Batman and Superman friends, so Save Martha happened. If you don't know what that is, go watch it. Watch the extended version. The movie's 1,000 times better, but...
They had 80 years of stories of these two teaming up, and they couldn't figure out how to make them friends.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, Carter, you're a big DC guy. Obviously, you're over here laughing.
All hope is gone.
Let's hear your comment on this, man.
On which one?
All of it.
All of it? I don't know. I think it's going to be some kind of a draw as far as the fight goes. I don't see.
You think it's going to be like the end of Freddy versus Jason, where he carries off Freddy's head and it like suddenly winks at you?
Maybe. Yeah. They go grab a banana or something,
A banana. Hey, Gabe, what is your thoughts on this, man?
I'm indifferent.
You don't care?
Yeah. Not my thing, but I like the movies. I mean, I'm not like super into it, but like I watch the movies. Premise wise, I agree with you. I kind of think it's dumb. I don't really think there's any way that they really can be like, oh, one of them wins. Like, nah. Unless they plan to like fully kill one off, I don't think they should go that route at all.
Yeah.
I feel like that'd be such a shit thing to do. I'm not gonna lie. As someone who is not a fan, I'd be outraged. I'd be like, this is shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like that would leave a sour taste. I also feel like, I don't know. It's just like weird.
No, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think they can do it any way that would make it to one side win versus the other.
Yeah. All right, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah, there might be like a big bad that comes along and they team up or whatever.
Yeah,
but
that's probably
anybody
what I'm thinking.
Anybody that's watching any of the old school Godzilla stuff and Mothra and any of the kaiju movies,
Except Son of Godzilla. Completely ignore Son of Godzilla.
Yo,
terrible.
Look, okay. Back in my day of playing with paraphernalia, aka weed, I used to get
Is that what you call it?
What?
Is that what you call it?
Yeah, I used to get high and
Playing
watch
with
Son of
paraphernalia?
Godzilla with my neighbor. And we used to be stoned watching that movie.
you need to get high and watch Godzilla versus Megalon. That's the best movie to watch. Godzilla movie to watch high. But the twin girls used to be had something to do with Mothra at some point. It was the little tiny twin chicks, and they were singing, and it's like Mothra. So I don't know if that's going to tie in somewhere.
Well, thank you. Guys, go ahead, comment below and let us know your thoughts on this. Are you excited for Godzilla vs. King Kong? Do you care about this movie coming out? Is it one of those things where, yeah, I'm hyped, but I'm never going to be able to see it because...
Do you think Dom looks orange?
Comment down below. Dom's spray tan is bad.
Y'all got jokes. Everybody's got jokes. All right, guys. Now, let's go ahead and get into our fourth and final main topic of today. And our fourth and main final topic is about the X-Men New Mutants. This movie... By the time this movie comes out, the actors, their grandchildren will be going to the premiere with them. And maybe their grandchildren. So let's go ahead and look at the quote. Deadline reports, The New Mutants has gone through quite a journey since the first trailer. Okay, first trailer was dropped at CinemaCon in 2017.
Yeah.
We're in 2020. Which was before the Fox-Disney merger. After its release date, the movie kept on moving, and X-Men's Nightcrawler was pushed off the shelf, and this was shelved. And then the Fox and
Gambit
Marvel
was a thing.
pick seemed to somehow stay for its August 28th release date. But before that, fans will get a special Comic-Con at-home panel on July 23rd for the first superhero horror movie from Marvel Entertainment. It's said that the Comic-Con at Home panel will feature writer-director Josh Bone, as well as stars, bear with me, Maisie Williams, Ayanna Taylor-Joy, Charlie Heaton, Alice Braga, Blue Hunt, and...
Anya Taylor-Joy.
What is it?
Anya.
Anya Taylor-Joy, Charlie Heaton, Alice Braga, Blue Hunt, and Henry Zaga. Writer and keep it. It says writer and keep it. Okay, podcast. Oh, okay, writer and keep it. Podcast host Idra Mason III, which is being reported by Deadline. Let me just quickly go ahead and say this: who the fuck names their kids those things? God damn, I would hate to be their teacher in school.
I would love to see you try and pronounce hockey player names.
Jesus.
That would be funny as hell.
Like, I'm stressed out just sitting there reading those names. It's like that Key and Peele skit, Aaron. Is there an Aaron, you know, or the football names? It's one of those.
Balake.
What?
Balake.
Falake, yeah.
Big problem.
Okay, so when this movie was announced, I saw the trailer and I thought it was dumb. I don't care. And of course, I mess with Andy all the time. We're never going to see this movie. This movie's never going to be released. And now, even though we have an August 28th release date, everybody's speculating that at this
It's not happening.
at this
I
Comic-Con at home, they're pushing back the movie yet again.
Or it's a movie at home.
Or what?
You don't think this movie looks cool, but you cream your pants every time you hear the word Snyder Cut.
Okay, you wouldn't let me finish. The new teaser they just released, it was actually pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of getting on board, but I don't want to get myself overhyped, and I don't want to get fully on board with this movie because it was supposed to be released in 2017, and now we're in 2020. So exactly as Russell makes those noise. Andy, as somebody who grew up with New Mutants in your childhood, when Russell, you too, I would say.
Well, I didn't really get into comics until I was older.
Gotcha.
So.
But how do you feel about this, Andy? Go ahead. Rant away.
Release the damn movie. I don't care which cut it is. I want to see it.
Will you be too?
I saw one of the original trailers, and I was like, yeah, fucking New Mutants, yeah. And then it's like 3 years later, and it's like, please, New Mutants, please.
Who's got that background?
Oh, and one of the coolest things that I don't know if they'll still be able to do it or not, but Marilyn Manson did a remake of one of the songs on the Lost Boys soundtrack, that thou shall not, whatever. That song, he redid that for the soundtrack for New Mutants, and I want to fucking hear the song in the movie. I just want to see the movie, man.
So, Nicholas,
at this point, I want to see it in the theater. I'd love to see it in the theater, but at this point, I don't care. I'll watch it on my fucking phone if I have to. I just want to see the movie.
So, for those people who, real quick, for those people who are tuning in and watching, thank you for joining us. I apologize that we're skipping frames. Something's going on with the program and with the internet connection where we're at. So I definitely apologize on that. Nicholas Hillman commented in saying that dead movie. It's a dead movie. New Mutants is dead, and it's not.
Yeah, it's going to come out 3 years later, straight to DVD.
At Walmart in the $5 movie bin.
VHS. What are you talking about? It's gonna be out so long they're gonna fucking come all the way back around, and it's like.
And he froze.
New Mutants.
You froze.
He froze.
It's gonna be on Betamax.
Betamax. It's gonna be on Flipbook.
Yeah, or Flipbook.
Dom, because you're the youngest here, Betamax was something before VHS.
I'm not the youngest here. Gabe's
It was something before Big Hero 6.
Yeah, but Gabe doesn't seem as dumb as you.
Gabe, do you have any thoughts on New Mutants?
That's a good one. I love you, Dom. I'm excited. I love X-Men. So anything X-Men I'm interested in. So I'm definitely excited to see what they're going to do. I don't know. I'm interested because anything new X-Men properties is just interesting to me because I'm curious to see what they'll do. And, I like, from what I've seen, it's like a horror, right? It's more horror based.
Yeah.
So that's also an interesting take, and I think they can do a cool play on that with, especially like the X-Men, and if they were to create like new characters, I think that would also be a cool concept. So
technically, it's not a new property. It's 3 years old.
So Nicholas Hillman comments. And he says they aren't going to release it simply because it will hurt the product studio if it was in theaters. I agree with that. I kind of agree with that.
No, that's not the reason they're not going
to release it because I've been saying it from the beginning. It's a bad film. It's a bad movie.
Well, they released Dark Phoenix.
Look.
Yeah, Dom's favorite fucking movie.
Look.
They released Batman v Superman.
Batman v Superman had its problems, yes, but there's a good movie. There's a good movie in there somewhere.
Justice League.
I would rather watch.
Don't even start with the Justice League, man.
I would rather watch Batman and Robin.
Oh my!
Than the Justice League movie.
Oh my God!
Ever again?
I don't know if I told you this.
Fighting words.
I don't know if I ever told you guys this, but Tristan, she has never watched Batman and Robin before.
At least Batman and Robin is so terrible that it's funny.
So Tristan has never watched Batman v Robin.
Batman v Robin.
Batman and Robin.
Was that the porno version?
What?
Was that the porno version?
No, actually, the porno version of Justice League was better.
Maybe.
Maybe. The plot made more sense.
Oh, God.
Carter, we're going to throw it over to you. What is your thoughts on this, man?
Well, it sounds like a major cluster FU.
And it was also more faithful to the source material.
So Nick Hillman says, "Come on, I love Two-Face in that movie." Actually, I think Two-Face was in
Forever.
He was in Forever. Okay,
yeah,
that's right.
Batman
Mr.
and Robin
Freeze was in
Mr. Freeze, Poison Ivy, and Bane.
That's right.
He called it Bane.
To meet you.
Bane. What?
Nice to meet you, dude.
Nice to meet you too.
Nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you.
That's line in all of Batman.
But in all seriousness, right now, if they release New Mutants, I would watch it just because I'm hungry for something new.
I think that's the first movie they should release.
I'm hungry
honestly,
for content.
That movie wouldn't. Oh, we just lost it.
Anybody that's even a semi-fan of X-Men or the New Mutants or whatever, I think if they don't release it at all, that they'll riot.
I mean, at this point, I'm so bored that I've started watching Twitch Thoughts again.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, before we started recording, I was talking about this Netflix movie that came out. Has anybody seen The Old Guard yet?
No.
Definitely watch it. It's really good. It's got Charlize Theron in it. It's kind of a mercenary military type movie with a twist.
Yeah, like they're all immortal.
Like they're all immortal. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched the trailer for it.
It's definitely worth watching. I mean, you can't go wrong with this movie. It's been one of the better Netflix original movies I've seen.
Really?
Yeah. Of course, I'm a little biased, but
Yeah.
Charlize Theron.
Mm-hmm.
Look, so I'm just over this whole 2020, right? I'm over it because I know we talked about it before. Russell, you and I talked about it. And Andy, I think I talked about it with you a little bit. I had plans for our summer camp episode, and yeah, you remember Carter. I talked to you about it too as well. I think we just lost Gabe. So, for those of you that don't know, I had a plan to where we would be set up and it would look like we were at like a log cabin or a campground, and we'd have our lawn chairs and maybe some shrubs and a fake little grass, and we sit and we talk about the summer blockbusters that's coming out and giving our reviews on that and doing our show in that style. But then also Russell brought up an interesting point and said we should do something a certain way. And Andy, I don't know if you know about this, but I might bring it for October. Is almost the same concept, but we talk about the horror movies. We go back and watch the original horror films, Halloween.
You
I
mean
have a question
good horror movies when they had blood and tits in them?
blood and titties.
Yeah, blood and
I have
titties.
a question about the summer camp.
Yeah,
Were there short shorts involved?
if you wanted to wear short shorts.
Oh, God, no.
But that was just
No, that would have been great. Like all of us dressed in like 80s clothes, like tank tops and short shorts. That would have been hilarious.
dude. I had it all planned out. I was having everything worked out and ready to go.
Dom, you could have wore leg warmers and had your hair all ratted out.
Fuck you, man. All right, let's go ahead and go into our next show within the show, and that is Carter's comic book news with Carter. All right,
God,
Carter,
that's
let's go to
terrible.
you. What do you got for us, man?
Well, as we discussed earlier, there is a new comic series come out in October, and it's being written by a certain famous celebrity. Let me pull it up right quick. It's by Boom Studios, and I'll give you a hint of who the writer is. Whoa.
Keanu Reeves.
Yes.
Fucking Keanu, really?
Yep.
I
Yeah.
heard something about that.
He is writing a series from Boom Studios, and the main character looks like him, and it's called Berserker, and it's without any vowels in the name. It's BRZRKR, Berserker.
Berserker.
Okay.
And so it's been co-written with a regular comic book writer named Matt Kent, who's really good, along with Alessandro Vitti doing the art. So I'm very interested to see what this, turns out to be. I'll probably review it when we get it at the store I work at. So that's kind of an interesting concept, because we've also had a Spider-Man series co-written with J.J. Abrams and
Yes.
his son, which hasn't completed yet. But
It's not done yet.
no, there's still 2 issues left.
I'm waiting for the trade. That's why I haven't come in and bought. I think I only bought the first run just to have like the original artwork variant or whatever. But
Yeah.
I want the series to complete before I buy the trade.
Yeah. So I'm interested to see what this is going to be. I think he also had like a viewer question that has something to do with comics.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
why don't we go ahead and do that? That might be able to
Okay.
build on the comic news.
So I'll bring that up. I don't know if it's. Yeah. Okay. So Chris Smith says, "Hey Carter, I'm not happy with the way comics are coming out right now. When do you think they'll go back to normal? Thanks."
Well, as y'all know, some people know, DC has broken off their partnership with Diamond Comics, which is the main distributor of all the comic books in the United States, and they've gone with another company, and it's somehow kind of fractured the market at the moment. I think maybe some other companies are looking at different ways to distribute their books. Diamond's kind of been in a mess. Their stuff hasn't been coming out in a normal pattern what we usually see. Plus, Marvel has been really slow about getting their books out.
Yeah, I know. I'm waiting for Daredevil 21.
So they've been putting out like 4 or 5 books every 2 weeks, and the other weeks they've just been putting out hardcovers and collected volumes in paperbacks. So I don't know. I think they're ramping up this month with Marvel, so we'll start to see a little bit more normal. As long as we don't have another shutdown, I think we're going to be fine, and comics will get back to their normal weekly distribution. So I think it'll be better as long as we don't shut down. That's the only question right there.
Okay.
It's happening.
So they say. Andy, what are your thoughts on the question and the Keanu Reeves comic book?
I don't know about this whole Keanu Reeves comic book thing. I think that whenever Diamond or DC and Diamond started fractured or whatever, I think I asked that question about whether or not anybody else would jump ship or not. And it kind of seems like maybe that's the way it's going a little bit, according to Carter.
Yeah.
The man, the myth, the legend.
So I find it interesting that Keanu Reeves is, I mean, he's a very intelligent guy, right? So I don't see him doing anything if it wasn't the right decision or that would benefit him financially, you know? He's going to be, I don't know if he's the lead in the video game, Cyberpunk?
He's not.
He's not the lead.
No,
But-
he's like I think his character is kind of like the way the Joker was in Arkham Knight. He's like part of your subconscious.
Gotcha. But I find that interesting, and it's pretty cool to see, you know, somebody of Keanu's caliber. Is that the right word?
Yeah, he's playing a character called Johnny Silverhand, which apparently he's a big character in the actual lore of Cyberpunk, like of the tabletop game.
Gotcha. Okay.
Like,
But I mean, I don't see. Obviously, there's a reason why he's doing it, right? If it's maybe, you know, he wants a comic book about himself or what, but I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say he's a smart guy, and I feel like he knows something's happening in the industry, and he just seems like one of those guys that would be ahead of the curve before somebody else gets involved. Am I making sense? I don't think I am.
Yeah,
Maybe he's just
I like
tired
to
of.
branch out.
What?
Yeah, maybe he's tired of building motorcycles, and he's like, "What can I do next? I'm gonna write a comic book."
But actually, you know what? It's in the past. I would say, and Carter, maybe you can comment on it. In the past 2 decades, maybe 3 decades, I would say a lot of celebrities are kind of getting involved with the comic world. You know, Kevin Smith wrote for Marvel and DC, if I'm if I'm correct. We're seeing J.J. Abrams. He's getting involved.
What's that guy's name? He won. Some guy that won American Idol did a cover for Batman. Oh,
Really?
What's his name?
Was it
Chris Daughtry?
Oh.
Yeah, he did a Batman cover. I have it somewhere.
Yeah, sounds familiar.
It's not bad. It's not a bad cover.
Yeah.
It looks
I
good.
said it's J.J. Abrams.
Abrams.
J.J.
Of course
J.J. Abrams.
Of course, there's Gerard Way, who has done the Umbrella Academy.
Yeah.
I liked the first. I kind of hated the show, but I liked the book.
Really?
Yeah, the book was good.
And
I like the show.
I feel like there was other Snyder, not Jeff Snyder.
Don't say that word.
Jeff
The other Snyder is Scott.
Scott Snyder.
Scott Snyder.
Yeah. So, I mean, he was a filmmaker first, right? And then went into comics?
No. Zack Snyder is the filmmaker. Scott Snyder is the comic book writer.
No. Scott Snyder, he penned Batman Begins, if I remember correctly. So he wrote that one. And I thought they were brothers.
I know Jeff Johns has been in the movie business before he was in the comic industry.
Also, wait, didn't Nolan, wasn't there a Nolan brother too? Was Chris?
Yeah, Chris and his brother. Oh crap! What's his brother's name? I don't know. His brother is the one who usually writes the scripts for the movies he makes, though.
Okay.
But I mean,
he has a brother that writes movies. Right. I can't remember his name though.
I don't know.
Let me look.
All right. As he's looking that up, guys, we're going to go ahead and move into our second question. And our second question is submitted to us by John Parker. And he says, "Hey, Dom and crew, I know movies based on video games are shit, but why aren't there more games based on movies? I.e., an example, what was that video game? He ran from Jason Voorhees, Friday the 13th.
I'll give you 2 reasons.
All right, give us 2 reasons.
1, video games based on movies suck. 2, it costs a lot more to make a video game these days.
Yeah, it does.
It takes a longer lead time to get.
It takes much longer lead time. Costs a lot more money, and it's not worth the money. You wouldn't make most video game movies do terrible. Most video games based on movies are terrible. So you would never make your money back.
Look, you want to play a good video game movie? I have 2 of them for you: Spider-Man PS4 and Red Dead Redemption 2.
The Spider-Man PS4 is not based on the video, not based on the movie. It's more so based on the
character,
right? And the lore. Yeah. But what I'm getting at is that that game might as well be a movie. That's how cinematic.
I'm probably going to drop out. So
who's going to drop out?
What was the other one you said?
Andy dropped out.
Andy dropped out. Bye, Andy.
What was the other one you said?
Red Dead Redemption 2.
That's not based on a movie.
No, I know that. But what I'm saying is, if you're looking for a good movie video game, they might as well be movies with how much cinematic they are, or how well cinematic they are, and how.
Oh yeah, video games are now they're kind of few and far between, but a lot of video games are much better than the movies that are coming out right now.
Oh yeah, I mean their storytelling is phenomenal. It's good. Carter, do you have any input on this?
Not whole. I mean, other than what Russell said, Russell was right. You know, they all are terrible, and I learned the hard way. I remember when Star Wars Episode 1 came out, I was all hyped. I bought the PC games that came out before the movie, and the racer game was good.
Yeah, pod racing was good. That was an actual good game.
The Phantom Menace adventure game or whatever was terrible.
Oh, right. So
by the way, Chris Nolan's brother is Jonathan.
Jonathan Nolan, that's correct. Let's quickly circle around. Nick Hillman actually just commented saying the Lord of the Rings video games were great. I agree. Those games were really well done. I really like
Which Lord of the Rings games?
What?
The ones based on the movies that came out with the movies,
Yeah.
or the newer ones that are based on the source material?
The ones that are based on the movies.
Okay.
Those ones were... What?
I never played those games.
I don't either.
What? What are you talking about now?
We're talking about video games and movies.
I know.
Oh.
I only played like the first two, but I liked the Harry Potter video games.
Yes, the Harry Potter games.
They were pretty
I
good.
have 2 words for you.
What?
GoldenEye.
Oh,
For N64.
Nintendo
Ultimate.
64, yes.
The ultimate video game based off a movie, GoldenEye.
Yeah. Dude, so it's funny that you said that because I was at work the other day and we were talking about old video games and my boss, he brought that up and he's like remembering that it was so cool, the graphics, and they were like, it's so real looking, but yet everybody's face was like triangular like this.
Oh, yeah.
Their eyes
You
are
go
like
back-
over here and everything.
You go back because like GoldenEye was one of the games that popularized first person shooters,
Yeah.
and like everybody was like, oh, it was because for its time it was revolutionary,
Sure.
but now it's like I actually went back and played it about a year ago. It's terrible.
Oh, I believe it. I believe it.
Like
Go ahead.
like just the controls on it are so janky.
Yeah.
They're so bad, but like I loved playing GoldenEye.
I have a question for Carter.
Okay, last question. I'm about to go.
Okay, this is video game movie related. Did
Okay.
you ever play E.T. on the Atari 2600?
No, I didn't, but my wife had it on her system.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
It was very hard. For me, it was very hard because, there weren't, like, guides on how to do it. And, like, I could never find that stupid spaceship. Like, I would run and run and run. I'd get whatever I needed, and I'd run and run, and that spaceship was gone. And I'm just like, oh.
A lot of people had the same issue, I think.
Yeah.
Y'all remember when video games came with like a 20-page or more manual?
Yeah.
Yep.
Now it's all online and shit.
With all like really great. It had really great like artwork in it and stuff like that. Oh, I miss that.
So
The last one that I remember is GT 4 or 5 for the PS3, and it had like maps and a big ass book. And I feel cheated when I spend $50 or $60 on a video game, and there's no paperwork in it. If it's getting like at least the function manual, it's like, okay, yeah, I feel like I spent $50 once.
So Nick Hillman added in the chat saying playing Odd Job in GoldenEye was flare out cheating.
Oh yeah, no. If you were Odd Job and GoldenEye, you were a punk.
Oh yeah, and it says his hitbox didn't allow you to hit his box correctly.
Okay.
Is that a sexual joke right there?
It sounds like.
I think so.
All right, Carter,
anyways, guys.
you're heading out, man. Hey,
Yeah, I gotta go.
it was a pleasure. Thank you for being on the show.
Good
And we'll
seeing
see
you
you soon, man.
guys.
Bye, Carter.
Bye, guys. I'll see y'all later.
All right.
Night.
So
I guess Goob left.
Gabe is still here, but his camera and mic is off. So, a couple things as we kind of turn down this show for the night. Gentlemen, are you interested in doing a Chiodo live?
Sure.
Not really.
Not really. Wow. It's been a minute since we...
I mean, I might stick around. I might stick around for a little bit, but I'm not going to do the whole show or anything.
Okay, that's fine.
We could make it like a short one.
Yeah, we haven't done a Chiodo live in a while. Gabe said, someone is in my room, and sure, when? Probably when we end this show. Also, too, I like to point out Batman back here. Look at this.
Someone's in his room. That means he's getting it. That means he's getting it on.
Jeez.
Tell him to secretly turn the camera back on.
If he turns the mic on now, all you're going to hear is...
So, gentlemen, should I make the announcement, or I don't think Russell knows, but
I think I probably told him. This is what the same thing we're talking about
with the mask.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, Gabe, you just sent that message in, and everybody read that watching the show. Good job. All right. So a little announcement. We're in early development, but the crew here at Chiodo Entertainment Network, we are developing a 6-episode series premiere of The Batman. An original story. What else? How do I explain what we're doing, Andy? You're Mr. Producer over there. You're always good with the words.
Mr. Producer.
Oh shit! I hadn't even thought about it. I hadn't even thought about it on how to market it.
Yeah. So okay. So as you can see, we have the Batman Begins, Cal, and we want to know your thoughts on this.
I'll tell you how you promote it.
Oh.
It's going to be slightly better than Justice League.
It's going to be slightly better than Justice League.
But the thoughts that I want to get from you guys, the viewer, on this. One, do you want to see the Batman Begins Batsuit, or do you want to see the 2021 Robert Pattinson Batsuit? So comment below. Let us know your thoughts.
Trick question, it's the Batman Robin suit.
George Clooney is coming back to play the Batman.
I want Batman 66 with nipples.
Batman, yeah. That's all I'm going to say right now. Episode 4 is about to be finished being written. So Nick Hillman said, so it's Batman gets drunk with his friends. Yes.
Pretty much.
All right, I have a question for y'all. All right. Did either of y'all ever watch 24?
No.
No.
Here's one thing I wondered about the show. Why
Batman Begins. What?
In none of that, in not a single episode of that show, does Kiefer Sutherland sit on the toilet for like 40 minutes? The guy never has to poop.
It's called 24, and it's 24 episodes, each an hour long, so it's like taking place in real time. But he never goes to the bathroom.
He never goes to the bathroom.
I don't know.
Even Jack just he's driving across the desert or something in the car, and it's like he stops and he runs. He runs to the creek and you see his head.
All right, guys. So that's going to be that for this show as they're finishing out their conversation. I'd like to thank all of you for tuning in and watching. All 3 of you. You guys are
all 3 of you.
You're there.
All 3 of you.
No, so here's the thing. I've been watching people jump in and out. We've had a total of 20 people so far jump in and out. But the problem is we've been lagging so bad, so people don't stay very long.
Yeah, that's why they don't stay.
So Nick Hillman says, boom, episode 4, Batman checks social media in bathroom. That would be
I love that.
So for
But
those
here's
of
the
you
thing.
who
Here's-
don't know,
here's the-
Nick Hillman
Here's the question.
is a childhood friend, best friend growing up. We were, I want to say we're neighbors, but technically, like, my house was the corner house and his was like 3.
It's close enough.
Yeah. So, but
But here's the question: does he wear the cowl?
does who wears the cow?
Does Batman wear the cowl while he's on the shitter?
Oh hell yeah! He's fucking naked. Only thing he wears is the cow. That's it. And a cigarette sticks out of his mouth as he sits there and checks.
It's like the Batman and Lego Batman.
Yeah.
He just comes out of the shower and he's still wearing the cowl.
Yeah, it's that type of Batman. All right, guys, thank you for tuning in. We're going to tune off. If you're going to follow us over onto Chiodo Live, that's more of our raunchy show and kind of like a cool down period, and we just talk about